Congress. Solution, 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 solution. If you work for the feds or a grantee, share the segment with your team. Let us know what you think about this. I mean, these are just some quick hits, right? Let's really look at the nitty gritty. Who negotiated this CR draft bill Sunday night, right? Bipartisan Senate block. Shaheen from New Hampshire, Hassan from New Hampshire, King from Maine were central in breaking the stalemate. Eight Democratic caucus senators, moved the deal over the 60. Durbin, Tim Kaine, which I was very surprised Tim Kaine jumped over because we already know how he is. Cortez Masto, Rosen, Fetterman, Hassan, Sheen, and King. We knew the rest of those would. There's no ACA subsidy extension in the package, though. Instead, leaders offered a separate December vote. And that's where people on the harder left, if you want to call it that, have an issue. And I don't blame them for having an issue with it. I think that it should have included an extension till the end of January at a minimum, or an extension till next year. I'm against subsidies 1000%. I think they need to focus on fixing the cost, not passing it from your pocket to taking out of your paycheck so you never see the money. Because at some point, the insurance companies still get paid. All these subsidies are a blank check to the very people that some Democrats and some Republicans claim that they're going to go after big pharma, big insurance. Well, all they do is keep giving them a blank paycheck and they're taking it from you. Stop believing it. Stop buying into it. Stop saying, oh, the other side this or the other side that. Stop that. They're playing you for fools. They did in this shutdown. I said it on this show. I said, as soon as that shutdown's over, maybe I got my timeline wrong by a couple days, but I said, magically, there will be some kind of solution to this. Guess what? There was. Why? Because both sides were playing this shutdown to make you think it was the other side's fault. And they had the American people buying it hook, line, and sinker. To be fair, CNN actually called it how it is. Democrats, they needed 60 votes to get this over. Republicans got the 60 votes, right? They could have used nuclear option. But again, I even said in this show that I'm against nuclear option for the simple fact that at some point the opposite side is going to be in power and they may not like something that you're doing or they want to force something through. You don't just want to open that door because y'all can't get a 3-month spending plan in order. A terrible idea. I broke with the president on this significantly. But again, I will say it again. They played the American public on this election with the shutdown. They were played. The American public, they played us for fools. Some bought it, some didn't. But let's kind of go on, right? Let's talk about what's funded now versus what's going to be funded later. The USDA, SNAP, WIC operations. The legislative branch, you got your Capitol Police, Member Security, MILCOM, VA. To me, things like SNAP, Capitol Police, certain things like this shouldn't even be subject to funding wins. But the funded by the CR is until late January. All the other agencies, defense limited new starts at current rates. That comes from the Senate Committee Continuing Appropriations Act 2026. Back pay mechanics. So this is kind of how it's going to work. Payments for employees and expected work during the lapse are authorized and must be made. That's part of the CR. So they are going to pay these people for this time that they should have been there because our government can't figure out how to pay a light bill. Grantee guarantee states/locals that kept programs running can reimburse with interest. Now, see, but from what my understanding is it's pretty much a done deal. Back paying with interest. I'm not against. Interest, yeah. But they can barely pay the bills as it is. I'm all for giving these people back pay, I guess the interest could be a bonus. But what's not decided, right? That previous thing's kind of subject. I get where people are coming from. I guess I'm not against it really, but while I'm thinking about it, there's no final answer yet on a 1-year-long ACA subsidies inside the bill. Separate vote has been pledged for December. Congress, please stop lining the pockets of the insurance companies. Actually do something to address the fact of why we even need those things to begin with. Fix that problem. For the love of everything, fix that problem.